contributing to the community through Key Club, or leading cheers at sporting events. He displays a boundless enthusiasm that spreads to everyone around him. To give this year's student speech, I present Jack Barczak.
Alright, so they told me to do this alphabetically, but I think I'm just going to do it in order of the most class period slept through. So, Mike Crowley, come get your diploma. Oh, I can't give out the diplomas? What am I doing up here now? Oh, alright. Hey, Grandma. I didn't tell any of my grandparents that I was doing the speech today. Anyways, for those of you who might not know me, my name is Jack Barczak, proud member of the class of 2016, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak before all of you today. As I look back at the last 4 years, I can remember all the unforgettable experiences we shared together. We've seen Jalen and Jonathan star in the Hero of 1,000 Volleys. We've seen countless conference championships and state championships. We've seen Kevin Hicks bring back some old school classic cheers with blue, 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 and gold. We've seen the robotics team go on to compete at a national level. We've seen Matt Gaggs cut off Mike Ullman's man bun. We've seen said screaming crowd fight over said man bun as if it were Willy Wonka's last golden ticket. Alright, I'll just point to you guys when you're supposed to clap. We've seen our entire class share time and talents on service projects like Senior Shared Life, St. Rose, and Christmas baskets. We've seen Mr. Prosser and the rest of Sean Nano to redefine rock and roll in the auditorium. We've seen Don Showalter entertain hundreds of people with his chemical reactions. We've seen Joe Acker do 46 push-ups on a flimsy push-up board on a rainy Thursday night football game. We've seen an entire faculty turn the Fitbit challenge from a little healthy competition into a cutthroat contest to acquire the most steps. Shout out Mr. Carney. We've seen Brother Homan narrowly beat me in an extremely competitive hot dog eating contest. Still bitter about that one. We've seen the basketball team go to state. We've seen friends turn to brothers on Kairos' 106 to 111. We've seen an entire student body be silenced with respect, remembering the life of Greg Von Ruden. We've seen all in one day the soccer team beat Arrowhead win state, and then hours later, up in Final Act, the football team find themselves in a rough spot, battle back, force overtime, and win, going to the Final Four for a second year in a row. It's a lot of accomplishments. But, class of 2016, we're not the only ones leaving this year. We have 5 franchise names leaving MUHS along with us. In order of whom I think could eat 5 saltine crackers the fastest. Mr. Cheney, Mr. Archibald, Father Saz, Mr. Cooks, Mr. Kelly, Padre Brenner. Father Saz, I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to get to know you better this year, and I have something for you. Somewhere in the halls of Market High, I've hidden a box, and inside that box is an envelope containing a smaller envelope in which is a crisp $1 bill. My challenge for you, Father says, find that box. It's your last donation to be accepted as the president of Market High. I've had the privilege and honor to have all 5 retiring teachers this year for a class. Mr. Cheney, you might not know this, but I was actually in your chemistry class this year. That wasn't good, joke yet. For 2 days, before I wised up and dropped it. Shout out to Miss Maloney. Anyways, although I got out of that class before it tore my GPA to shreds, all of us have a small bit of regret. Deep down, that I never had the opportunity to be taught by the legend that is Mr. Cheney. 46 years, wow. Mr. Archibald, who can forget Friday Funnies? My personal favorite, integrate science. Perhaps the most thrilling movie any of us have ever seen. I think we would all agree that 250 questions is a little excessive for a 1-hour final, but you prepared us well. Your dedication to your work and faith life is an inspiration to us all. Thanks, Mr. Arch. Mr. Kelly, Hall of Fame coach, famous for his common witty criticisms of students. I will never forget the time during shared life when you said to me, with that disappointed look in your eye, "You know, Jack, during senior shared life, I have to track down a lot of guys to get their TB tests in. But not often does someone turn their test results in who didn't even need to get the test in the first place." Well, Mr. Kelly, I'll never forget you. Mr. Cooks, 2 words, triple quiz. 3 quizzes in one 45-minute period. Some call it unfair, some call it torture, I call it love. You've shown your love for all your students through #CoachTalk, Hug Wednesday, and countless other random acts of kindness. Few people have the ability to connect with students like you do. Your absence in the halls of Market High will be easily noticed. Thank you, Mr. Cooks, for your years of service to Market High. And you already know I'll be wearing my plaid shirt on Monday. Hola, Padre. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. I remember almost 4 years ago, no one will ever forget the steadfast passion for teaching, and of course, your incredible voice. Todos los estudiantes would agree that they love when you sing the communion rite at Mass. Alright, because that's pretty much the extent of my Spanish knowledge, we'll have to finish this conversation later, in English, or for more. Anyways, thank you, Padre Brennan, for your years of service to Market High. Graduation always seemed kind of far off, like a distant manifest destiny that we all knew was going to happen eventually, or at least hoped would happen eventually. And now it's here. At the risk of sounding cheesy, here's a quote from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. "Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it." I mean, I can remember a time when I still had to ask my mom to tie my shoes, to which she responded, "Grow up, Jack, you graduate tomorrow." Which brings up my next point. Let's take the time to thank all the people that made this possible. Our parents, who spent countless hours freshman year driving us to school, practices, friends' houses, baton twirling lessons, the list goes on and on. They've been by our side when we need them most. Moms, you're awesome. And dads, well, you're pretty great too. Thank you to all the parents who have made the class of 2016 the intellectual, physical, and spiritual powerhouse that it is today. Faculty, our parents away from home. Shout out to Ms. Glendening. Sorry for calling you mom sophomore year in math. It was an accident. If you didn't hear it then, well, I just made this really unnecessary document. But that's what just faculty are. They're family. Every one of us has that one teacher that forces you to push yourself harder every day. And hey, maybe after this ceremony, you can toss them a thank you or a job well done, because they deserve it. And last but not least, you, the members of the class of 2016. Just look at us. We're awesome. Take a second. Look around. Look at the brain power in this room. I bet if I tossed you guys a puzzle with like 10,000 pieces right now, you guys would have that done before I'm done talking. That's just how awesome you are. We're sitting among our country's future doctors, lawyers, teachers, EDM producers. This goes on and on. Now don't get me wrong, just because you're a smarty pants with a high school diploma, you're not done learning yet. Never stop exploring. Never stop being curious. And now that you're graduating, it's important to know that you never have to grow up too fast. Always remember it's okay to say, I don't know. Like when your mom says, Jack, you're 28 years old, when are you going to move out and stop eating all our food? It's okay to say, I don't know. I'll get back to you. Alright, you know what? You guys need to liven up a little bit. Chris, Ryan, let's help them out with some aerobics. Some alphabet aerobics inspired by Market High. Artificial amateurs aren't at all assemble. You dare to quest, work for justice, live the MUHS, and embrace the total marks of your spirit every day. You're loving, religious, intellectually excellent, committed to justice, and open to growth. Together, we will go on to accomplish great things. I'm proud to call each and every one of you, my brother. God bless Marquette High, and God bless the class of 2016.